fans. It's Connor Christensen here with another 5 and 5. The Avengers in poor taste, still trying to get over the aftermath of Infinity War and just really questioning life this week. But the show must go on, so we're going to talk about the 5 comics that we can read this week to pick ourselves up. That'll really make us feel better and make us remember why we love these characters. R.I.P. to everyone we lost. Let's dive right in, I guess. Alright, kicking off the 5 books of the week of May 2nd, 2018, we've got DC Nation number 0 from DC Comics. Contains stories written by Brian Michael Bendis, Tom King, Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, and Josh Williamson, with art by Clay Mann, Jorge Jimenez, and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. DC Comics is getting in on Free Comic Book Day 3 days early this year with the release of DC Nation number 0. Why 3 days early? Well, because it's not free. It's back-breaking 25 cents. Fans of Tom King's Batman run will be treated to a tiny little story about how the Joker reacts to Bat and Cat's wedding announcement. How will the Joker react to Batman being possibly happy and getting married? Probably not well. If Action Comics 1000 wasn't enough Super Bendis for you, be sure to check this book out because there's a special sneak preview of his upcoming 6-part miniseries Man of Steel. And the best part about that and all these other little stories included in this book, they're all exclusive. You can't get them anywhere else. So, head down to the bank, get a roll of quarters, bust it open, pull one out, and give it to your local comic book shop and grab DC Nation number 0. At number 4 this week, we've got Death or Glory number 1, written by Rick Remender with art by Bengal. The person, not the tiger. Kind of like the Fast and the Furious, but with more soul and less Vin Diesel, this series looks to tackle a lot of mature themes like grief and how Big Pharma takes advantages of family and how that affects those ailing families when they can't afford the prescriptions they need to save their loved ones. If you check out the preview panels, you'll see that the art from French illustrator Bengal is fantastic. Everything is beautifully rendered, extremely detailed, well lit, and it's just so pristinely laid out on each panel that you'll never lose any sort of sense of action or pace or speed in the high-speed chases that take place across this book. Our number 3 choice this week is The Hunt for Wolverine, Weapon Lost, number 1, written by Charles Soule with art by Matteo Buffoni. It's what everyone's been asking for. Wolverine is back! But where the fuck is he? This is one of 4 series that'll kick off investigations around the world to find out just where the hell Wolverine is. We know he's back, but we have no idea what he's doing. This series in particular focuses on Daredevil and his team of investigators, which features Misty Knight, Frank McGee, and the mutant known as Cypher. Now, I've really enjoyed the current Daredevil run, but he spent a lot more time running from the cops than actually assisting them or investigating anything. This series will drop Daredevil right back into more of an investigative role and should see him playing detective more than he has in the last 6 or so months. And like I said, I like the current Daredevil run, but it'll be refreshing to see him take on a detective role once again. Nabbing the number 2 spot this week is Infinity Countdown number 3, written by Jerry Dugan with art by Aaron Cooter, Mike Hawthorne, and Mike Diodato. Adam Warlock, Silver Surfer, Afterbirth. This series has everything going for it right now. This series has been so goddamn enjoyable so far, with non-stop action and hilarious moments from the Guardians of the Galaxy that the team has become famous for at this point. The preview panels at adventuresinpoortaste.com show things getting pretty heated between Ultron and Silver Surfer, to the point that Ultron actually absorbed Silver Surfer into his hive mind, which, there's no way that ends badly in any way, shape, or form. That's going to be good, right? Wrong. It's going to go bad, and the Guardians are going to have to deal with it in probably this issue, and the next issue, and the next issue. And our number 1 book this week is Avengers number 1, written by Jason Aaron with art by Ed McGuinness. Announced a couple months back, this is the first title in new Marvel editor-in-chief C.B. Cebulski's Fresh Start initiative that features a whole new creative team taking on a whole new team of superheroes. This new series from Thor writer Jason Aaron builds on the ideas that he introduced in Marvel Legacy back in December, and it features She-Hulk, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, and Thor preparing to defend the world against the incoming attack from the 2,000-foot godlike Celestials. While the new superhero team in this book, in and of itself, is pretty kick-ass, the real sell for me is the new creative team. Jason Aaron is an all-star at Marvel. He wrote Thor, he wrote Doctor Strange before Donny Cates took over, he wrote Star Wars for a while, before Kieran Gillen took over, and he wrote Marvel Legacy back in December. And then on pencils, you got Ed McGuinness. I mean, the guy is awesome. If you've ever read his work on Spider-Man vs. Deadpool, on Lockjaw, on the late 90s Deadpool books, he is just such an incredible artist who has such a good job at conveying both humor and action sequences. If you haven't seen anything from Ed McGuinness before, I highly suggest you check it out, because he's normally attached with a great writer, and he just amplifies whatever the writer is writing. Alright, that'll wrap things up for this week's 5 and 5 for the week of May 2nd, 2018. As always, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, review, share with your friends, share with that weird uncle of yours, share it with a cool uncle, actually. Fuck the weird uncle. Whatever you do, just get this out there, you know, we really appreciate it. Fuck that, I appreciate it. Anyway, check back on Wednesday for the reviews of all these books, and I'll see you next week.